Ladies and gentlemen, this is your boy Teetouch from Teetouch and Podcast. It's the first ever episode number one. We're about to do it. So we just need to be positive and all of that. So we got a list of the things that we're gonna be doing today. So I was supposed to just hit it, but unfortunately I got a problem with my PC, so I'm just gonna work on this and then just upload it on the page on the channel. So it's fine. Let's do this. Let's keep rocking and let's keep rolling. First of all, let's just congratulate Banyana Banyana on winning AFCON, Africa Cup of Nations, Women Africa Cup of Nations. And speaking about that, in the rankings now, they are second in South Africa and 54 in the world. They've also qualified for 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup, which will take place next year. And that is very good. That is very good. Also, speaking of congratulations, we have to congratulate the rugby Springboks. They've won the Castle, I think it's Castle Cup. Yeah, they've won Castle Cup, beating the rivals New Zealand, of which we know when it comes to rugby, New Zealand always gives South Africa a problem. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're all up and running, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be interesting. So just keep it going. So this is the first episode, so they're gonna be a lot of mistakes, so we're just gonna learn and just keep it going, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, we're live here. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the like button, and make sure you tell your friends, tell their friends to listen to the show, because this is just the beginning of all the great things, ladies and gentlemen. So please, let's pop out the chat, man. Let's pop out the chat. It's great. So let's just check the first topic that we're supposed to be speaking about, because we're supposed to be speaking about the status quo of South Africa, status quo, what's happening in South Africa, and unemployment, man, unemployment, load shedding, inflation rate, and everything. Politics, the unstable of politics in South Africa, and everything that is contributing to the country moving backwards, actually. So we can speak about unemployment. We can speak about that, because currently we're just gonna tap into that, a little bit of that, because we got a lot of people who were graduating recently. Remember last year, towards end of the year, a lot of people were graduating. Early this year, the same story. But those people are graduating. Then do we have jobs? Are the jobs secured? No, it's a problem. It's a problem of South Africa, and to the youth in particular, because youth are the ones supposed to make sure that the country actually moves forward. But now we're still stuck into that, man, and it's not good. It's not good. So we'll be checking to that. We'll be checking to that, and then we'll be checking what people think, what could be the workable solution to just shift us as the people from one direction to another. So we'll be focusing on those kind of issues today, ladies and gentlemen. So worry less, because we got to cover with all the issues. Also be tapping in the issue of sports. We also be tapping into issue of as a hip hop. We also be tapping into piano, which is taking over the world right now, man. Proud to be South African, man. South Africa's doing wonders outside the country, ladies and gentlemen. So we have to be proud, and we thank and we acknowledge all the artists to make sure they put all the catalogs, everything, just to make sure that piano is there, man. We have to appreciate. We can't name them, the men, every contribution, everyone who have contributed something. You gotta speak about that, ladies and gentlemen, because it's a huge motherfucking deal. I gotta tell you that. So these are some of the issues that we'll be talking about today, and we'll be talking about A-reece, ladies and gentlemen, in terms of as a hip hop, in terms of Wrecking Crew and Rubber Band Gang, and now Revenge Club Records. We'll be speaking about that. So these are some of the issues that we'll be tapping on, and it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting, believe you me. It's gonna be interesting. So because we'll be focusing on those major issues. We'll be focusing on those major issues, and it's gonna be nice. So I want you to tell me, because like my views are not usually fact. So whatever I'm saying now I'm entitled to it, because it's my opinion. So I don't want it to be sounding like fact, because tomorrow people will be saying this and that. I said this, I said that. Touch never said shit. So whatever I'm saying, I'm entitled to it. So let's get to it. Let's get to it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to it because it's about to go down. 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 South Africa. It's tough. It's tough. Things are happening. Load shedding. Each and every day we gotta have a power cut. No, it's happening. Shit is happening. So, with in a nutshell, what it means South Africa, the ESCOM cannot cover like the whole country with ESCOM, but it did before. So, these are some of the issues that are facing: unemployment, prices of petrol keeps on going up, week in, week out. Prices of food is up, prices of oil, everything is going up. But then we've never heard of increasing the price of the salaries of employees. We never had the companies negotiating for government to interfere in terms of stabilizing the prices or actually subsidizing them in terms of giving the employees fair share. Because what you want, you need a balance of everything. You can't have prices going up, prices of oil, prices of food, and then never have salary going up, because those are some of the issues that we'll be having. But equally, so I think we need to tap in as the youth to challenge the government to do better, because actually what we need now, we need the new government of young people with dedication, who are willing to work, who are willing to bring changes and in the country, in each and every province, in each and every region. So that's what we're supposed to be focusing on. Because if we're going to have a leader who's focusing on money only, it's gonna be a problem for us South Africans, because the country is not indeed moving forward. And another thing that I think we still on the status quo of South Africa that we need to focus on, the economy. Yes, the economy might not be in the hands of black people, but we as black people, what we need to do now before we tap into the economy, we need to support each and every black person in every business. That's what I'm saying. So the moment you start to support each other, the moment you start to support more fire as a business, the moment we support DJ Spoo podcast, the moment we support podcast and chill, the moment we support Teetouch podcast and all these other podcasts, all these other businesses, all these black businesses, we need to support local business. Mama ba lore ba nna ko gate-ing ba rekisa in every store, in school, in clinics and everywhere. The hawkers have to support those people, have to support black businesses, because that's where the economy is going to gain more confidence. Because the more we support businesses, is the more the business is going to grow, the more the business is going to employ, the more it's going to reduce the unemployment rate. So that's what we should be focusing on. That's what we should be tapping on. We shouldn't even be going to school for wanting to learn and going to done with your N6, you're done with your degree, you're done with your postgraduate, and then from there you're gonna look for a job. We have to bring the mentality of starting on businesses. But remember, it's not all of us that can do and bring those kind of changes as we speak. So currently, those are some of the issues that we need to deal with, and those are some of the issues that we have to make sure that we push. Because in South Africa, it's like every man for himself. Let me give example for Let me give example per se. And look at a Senegal forward, Sadio Mane. You know that he's one of the players who contributes to the country with their own finances. Someone which is his own salary to bring changes into his own country, building hospitals, building schools, fixing the roads, making sure that the country is becoming a better and stabilized country. I think we need people like that. We need to speak about that, because we're going to speak about capitalism. How many people have money? How many people are rich in South Africa? How many people can help? How many people? We need to start there. We need to tap into that, because that one is of paramount importance. Because if you have something, if you have something and you can help a black child, so why not? We need to tap into that. We need to tap into that. We need to speak about that, because those are the fundamental issues of everything. So we need to start there and start building each other, start supporting each other. Look at what Indian people are doing. Indian people, or the Palestinians, whoever, they have what we call a bank where they put all the money in, and then the money they use to fund the brothers and sisters who want to start a store somewhere. For example, Kimo Jews, you want to start a store somewhere, come start go PTA, I want to find. So just tap into the finance, those people, their bank, whatever it is, they go there, you seek for funding, you start your own business. The moment your business start to make a profit, you take that money, you take it back, of which is because you're gonna give others opportunity. That's why you see many Indians in every village, in every province, that there, that everywhere. So we need to bring that mentality. Remember that what happened in Limpopo, the VBS thing. That thing was there to empower black people, more especially in Limpopo, Inventa, and other villages around. They're supposed to bring the changes because the man was supposed to bring development, infrastructure development wisely into those provinces. So this is what I think we need to start to focus on as black people, as young entrepreneurs, as young people who want to start own businesses. And we need to focus on the moguls, the tycoonists who have money, who have whatever it takes, with resources. And at some point, we have to come together and say, okay, my nigga, this is what you have. You want to start your own business? Okay, it's fine. Tap into that. This is the money. Let me fund you. Let me give you 100,000. Start your own business, and then you'll repay me. It's fine. After paying me 100,000, actually, don't just give it to me. Let's open a bank. When you repay the money, we put it there so that everyone who wants to start a business, they will just go to that bank and take the money in, start their own business. When the operators start to make businesses, you just take the money, take, take it back to that bank. When the business is profitable, that's when we'll be able to say, okay, now the business is making your business is making profit. Let's take 5% of the profit, put it into that bank so that everyone can be able to sustain themselves through that bank, because now we'll be looking at the solutions that we want to have, and then how we want to change the country, and how we want to actually bring about a change in the country. So we have to start there. If we can have a bank where we can all put the money, save the money, take the money, fund young entrepreneurs, and then not only fund them but support them. If you have a business and it's succeeding, why not giving lessons to or guidances to the younger businesses, to the younger entrepreneurs who are just starting, because they need someone who has been there. They need someone who has that mindset to say, okay, it's fine now. I know this thing. Three businesses that are thrilling. I'm making a lot of money. I'm becoming rich. Then how do I empower? Because at the end of the day, it's not about you as an individual. It's about the whole country. It's about bringing about a change in certain community, in certain province, in certain region, until in certain municipality, until every province, until every municipality, until every village has a lot of decent people that can actually bring about development into that. Are you aware that we still have places that we don't have water, we don't have roads? Yes, some are graveling, like, so we still have those kind of issues that we need to sort out, because if we about to bring a change, some people we need to like to think outside. Actually, we need to think without a box at all, because we have to think throughout to bring about a change or to bring about development in our community, because we can't get rich into a community that is poor. Because whenever you have a business in a community, you have to make sure that that business is it develops community automatically. Gradually it will, because you'll be making money, you'll be hiring people from that community, and the more people being employed, that means the standard of living will automatically improve. So we need to start talking about those kind of issues. So now those are some issues that we're speaking of. We're tapping into the platform. We're tapping into the platform of changes. We're tapping into development. Now with a podcast, with a lot of people are doing this podcast and chill. I'm starting. This is my first one. I'm not perfect. I'm just starting. This is the first one, and I don't even have camera. I don't even have everything. I'm starting with a laptop. I'm starting with a phone. I want to be resourced. I don't have a lot of followers, but then this is how we start. We look at people like MacG. We look at the toppest, the highest uh, podcast in the world, in the country, in the continent. We look on how they started and where they're going and how they can empower us as young broadcasters. Because now we need to come in, we need to tap into that space. As long as we think that with a talent, we have to tap in. The moment you tap in, we bring about change. That's what we need to start. That's where we need to start. Ladies and gentlemen, remember it's a Women's Month. It's August, and tomorrow is Women's Day. So let's make sure that we appreciate all the women out there. Your mother, your girlfriend, everyone. Take a chance to just do something special for them, appreciate them while they're still alive, because at some point you need them, you know. So please make sure uh, support, tell them, send them sweet messages, send them roses, buy them something nice. Appreciate the women, because without them we wouldn't be where we are today. So take that time and appreciate them. It's Women's Month, baby. So let's make sure that we appreciate and share everyone, and every woman out there, including the gays. Including gays. If you think you're a woman, get yourself to appreciate you. That's how it's supposed to be. Still on the topic of status quo of say and how we can improve, because now I don't want to focus too much on the problem of the country. I want to also bring solutions, because I believe that proper leadership, if you're a leadership, you have to always bring solutions in the table. So we have to always tap into opening up our mind, thinking, bringing up solutions, and then engaging with other people and coming out and saying this kind of thing that can bring about changes, and can listen to that. So that's what we're doing right now. Okay, let's go. So we gotta speak about this, and we use, as young as we are, we need to open up. We need to speak. We need to make sure that we are engaged in every activities in our communities. We need to be hands on. We need to. We need to. We need to establish forums. We need to establish movements that can bring about changes. We are young people. We can't just go to tavern and drink and get intoxicated for shit. No, we need to wake up. We need to open our mind. We need to use social media as a platform to speak our mind. We need to make changes as much as we can. Every opportunity, every door that's open, we have to make sure that we get in. We bring about a change, ladies and gentlemen. So this is what it is. This is what we do. So I'm appealing to all young people out there, as young as I am, as old as I'm getting. We need to come together and work together as black people. MacG once said it, that if we can work, if we can support each other as black people, if we can support each other, we don't need government that much. We all need ourselves, because we have resources, we have capitals. If we have capital, we can always help each other. That's it. It's not, it's cover like, okay, yeah, I mean, I'm pretty mal, well, I want to be seen. It's never about that. It's never about status. It's not about self-enrichment. No, no, it's about bringing about a change. It's about helping a black child. Each one help one. You know, it's about that. Let's have that mentality of helping. Let's not have mentality of competition. We'll compete in a business cycle. We will compete with our businesses. It's fine, but for now, let's fund the foundation. Let's make sure that everyone, because what we need, we can speak about equality, but we cannot speak about equity. But equality though, that's a topic for another day. We need equality. We need to balance each other. If the government cannot provide, we can provide for ourselves. We can help one another. We can do it. So we are going to tap into everything. We're going to make sure we push as much as we can. We're going to push this podcast. We're going to make sure that these messages that we spread now, young people can listen and actually open up their mind, help each other in terms of beefing. They can work together. Now I'm coming to Issa Hip Hop. Before I'm coming to Issa Hip Hop, I want to speak about beef. Yeah, man. I mean, we know beef usually happens in hip hop, right? We know when Tupac was fighting with BG and Nas, that was just a beef. We know how worse it could get. The hatred it can cause. AKA and Casper, A-reece and Nasty. KO and Questa. Flame and T. You know how the beef goes. So now, I think, as I was speaking about collaborating as young people, I think I'm gonna speak more about it, but I'm gonna be less, because I don't have to take more time on it, because I already mentioned unity amongst people, amongst entrepreneurs, amongst black people, amongst young people who want to tap into the space of businesses, want to tap into the spaces of broadcasters. I want to tap into personalities, TV personality, radio personalities. We need to support each other. We need to open doors for each other because that's what we need to do. We need to open door for each other. If Black Coffee open door for Shimza, then Shimza open door for the cabo must open door for Matakiji must open door for Manada. So we need to work together. We need to work together, regardless of the province, regardless of where we from. But we have to have one goal. We have to always strive to help each other. So thinking of B for me doesn't make sense unless if you want to promote each other, unless if you want to just outshine each other in certain things. But beef shouldn't be the thing of hatred. Like even like I think I want to like I don't give a fuck. It shouldn't be like that. It should just be healthy competition. It should be healthy competition. It should be yes, I can take you on. Yes, we can speed. Because like yeah, in the end of the day, we cannot compare. You cannot compare Ericsson and FTC. You know, but the dope, all of them are dope. Just we have our own preferences. That's what I'm saying. So I don't see the necessity for beef, for us sharing each other. No, just we can beef, we can have a healthy competition. We can go toe to toes. We can go catalog to catalog, speed for speed. I mean, just hip hop. That's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? So we will speak about that at some point, man. And for me personally, I don't think necessary. I just think in terms of competition, yes, it can work out, but we don't really have to necessarily hate each other like that. Call each other. It's gonna go mama to it's disrespect, dog. It's too personal. We ain't gonna be too personal. It just gotta be about business. It just gotta be about music. That's what it gotta be about, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, now we're tapping into before we tap into as a hip hop, because I want to close the issue of politics so that we move to music so that it can make sense to me because I cannot tap into music and go back to politics. So I want to speak about college issues. We have colleges, we have universities in South Africa, but then the focus with politics, with leaders, with everyone, with government, with ministers, with minister of higher education and training, basic, whatever. It's always about the universities, but then the less focus is on colleges, and then that's the problem because majority of the people in the country, majority of young people are in colleges than people that are in universities. As a matter of fact, the people who are in universities are few compared to people who are in colleges. So, yes, universities will always be given first preferences, but what we're trying to say is trying to say colleges are facing major issues, and then that itself needs serious attention by minister because we can't be focusing on universities while we have colleges and while we have many students in colleges that are facing issues. For example, issue of NSFAS. Year in, year out, there has to be strike in each and every college because of students are not being funded. Yet the government is only relying on NSFAS to fund students. Yes, the former president Jacob Zuma spoke of free education. We want everyone to learn without paying anything. Because the problem, what happens if NSFAS doesn't fund you? What happens if you're financially excluded? What happens to them? What happens to you? You see, those are some of the problems and some of the issues that we come across, and those are some of the things that we just need to tap and look into, and then pay more attention to them because, like, why? It's gonna be a problem. We have a student, we have a student who's sitting at home, or we have a learner who's sitting at home. We should have a girl child who's sitting at home who wants an opportunity to go to college, but then she or he can go there. A girl child can go there. A boy child can go there because of what? They don't have needs. You go there, you learn. Second thing, and far doesn't fund you, go back home. How about we look? Okay, it's fine. Still, while we're still discussing the major issue of free education, how about we bring alternative or bursaries. I'm not speaking about universities only, I'm speaking about colleges. How about we bring alternative bursaries in colleges? How about we bring alternative bursaries? If we need to have MQAs, we need to have CETAs. Are those bursaries legitimate? If they are, how can government at least try to push those bursaries so that they can accommodate as many students as possible? Because we can't be relying on NSFAS, to be honest. It can accommodate many people. We have seen that. We've seen that 10 years ago. We've seen that NSFAS cannot accommodate each and every student that has enrolled at a public TVET college. Yes, it can't. So, what is the alternative solution? That's where the focus should be right now. Before the curriculum, before you're going to speak about unqualified lectures, before you're going to speak about NCV graduations, before we're going to speak about the conditions of colleges, before going to speak about all those major issues with the hostel and how untidy the hostels are, before we can speak about that, we need to face the fundamental issue of which that issue is funding. Because without funding, funding is a gateway into college. Because without funding, you cannot go in. We cannot fund ourselves. We are poor. We are disadvantaged. So we need to at some point tap into a space of engaging a certain issue. Yes, we have surfaced, but it's useless. With SRC, just there for benefits. What can be an alternative solution to bring about a change in Tibet colleges across South Africa? Because as colleges, we have issues that we raise each and every year, but those issues have not been resolved. Hence, we have